Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It's Midday Money on a Thursday, August 22nd. Welcome on into the show. Believe Network, 864 episodes strong. If you do podcasts after the fact, you find Midday Money and look headlines there in the Believe family of podcasts, or rather Apple or Google or iHeart, wherever, Amazon, Spotify, I guess Pandora. Midday Money. Come check it out. YouTube channel is MLB Free Picks, Sean Higgs. Be sure to follow Sean Higgs' YouTube channel. I told you that beginning of the week. Say it every time. Might be some changes coming with football here. So follow both. Like, subscribe. Promo code Midday if you want to get down on some premium action here on the Winning Free Pick page. Yesterday, 1-1. Twinkies win. Seattle under. I knew we were in trouble when we went from 7.5 to 8. Losing down the sight. Milwaukee, are you kidding me? I mean, just walking in runs. So there's that. Losing day. We move on. What am I going to do? I got football. We got football games today, and I think I have some good numbers here for the Thursday night action here. Let's do a quick little, well, it's no more of the Marco spin. It's a stop geoengineering. We're going to talk about every single baseball game because Marcos don't come in anymore. So it's called Stop Geoengineering Every Baseball Game Rundown. A little long-winded, I get it. Natties and the Rocks. It's Corbin. What are we doing here? How about a over 8.5? Natties and the Guardians. Excuse me, Natties. Cleveland and the Yankees going at it. I don't want to lay a 190 with Cole. I don't want to do a run line with Cole. How about an over 8? Brew Crew. I'll come back on the Brew Crew because I'm a glutton for punishment. Tigers, Cubs. What are we doing here? Justin Steele on the hill for the Cubbies. I mean, run line. 190. You know, I'm not interested in that one. That ain't happening there with me. No, thank you. Even though I love Justin Steele. Rays and A's. Probably look at an under in this game. Reds, Pirates will be an over with Skeens on the hill. We got the Angels and the Jays. Who's pitching for the Angels? You know what? A bunch of nobodies, a bunch of last place teams. Let's go over 8.5. Phillies, Braves. I'm always looking at an under in that kind of matchup. You know that. Anything with Atlanta is an under. Astros and the O's. Listen, Burns is good. How are they laying 150? No, thank you. And the Mets and the Padres. We can talk about that game because we have it right here in the chat. Boom shakalaka, as the game double dribble used to be. Right? Was that double dribble? Boom shakalaka? Or was that NBA Jam? 150, 167 minus 555. Brewers, I just mentioned. Pirates over, I mentioned. And the Padres finally, team total over 4.5 plus 135 is where I'll be on that game. Let's put these in the comments section for those in the comments section enjoying it. On the Twitter world, the X, we tweeted them out there. I was on, well, before we get to that, so we got no props and college football, New Mexico 154.5. So the other day I was with Sports Grid, right? What was that, Wednesday? I said, or Tuesday maybe. I was like, no late night money tonight. I'm going to go on Sports Grid. I was on with Gabe. Gave my adamant view about the Bears under. It's 8.5. I said like maybe 5 wins, 6. I mean, you look at the schedule, maybe they pull out 7, still an under. And listen, as much as Michael B is in here, a Giant fan, and T Money with his ridiculous Laker love, the homerisms, I get it. I get, everybody jumps into teams they love, right? You're a Homer fan. We got our guy I'm trying to think. Anyway, we got the Logan Webb guy. I think it's Ryan. the Bears fans. So we got team money on the Lakers. Michael B. He's a Laker guy too. He's a Giant fan. Mr. Numbers and his ridiculous Yankee takes. Ryan loves Logan Webb. The Bears fans coming at me on the Twitter. Like, I get you're hyped over Caleb Williams. I know teams were hyped up about Trey Lance. He's a backup for the Cowboys now. I know they're hyped up about Zach Wilson. He's fighting for a job in Denver. I mean, how many quarterbacks we got to run through here that don't live up to the hype? How many of them turn into, he's the next Patrick Mahomes? How many guys turn into Mahomes? Brady was a 7th-round pick. Can we slow the roll down on a rookie quarterback with a new offensive coordinator and a terrible head coach? Oh, they won 7 games with Justin Fields. Okay. And he's gone. This is, when it comes to betting, people are like, oh, you don't do any player props with NFL, so no fantasy. You got to take that crap out of your head. You can't worry about who's scoring touchdowns and cheering for a team. You want to cheer for your team, I get it. You want to take it over season win total for any kind of team, whether it's college, whatever. Perfectly understandable. There are point spreads involved every week. I don't think the Bears are a 9 or 10 win. I mean, really, the win total was 8.5, 9. Where are the wins coming from? I mean, it got a lot of bookmarks on the Sports Grid channel. I think there's like 120 bookmarks on it. All right, let me see. Where are anybody else? Someone put out, I retweeted it. It was my picture with a clown nose on for my clown take, apparently. I thought that was funny. You're like, oh, this guy's just fishing for likes. You know, I'm not don't think the Bears are going to win 9 games. I mean, Titans, I told you I already got the Titans plus 4.5. Texans, I mean, people out here think they're going to be they're going to be 5-0 and have more than 5 wins by the bye week. All right, maybe they beat the Titans. They should. They're 4-point favorite. I mean, even then, the Titans with a whole new regime and a second-year quarterback, you're a 4-point fave. At Houston, you're winning that game? At the Colts, I mean, you think the Colts are a good team? Home versus the Rams? You want to give the Rams they got some injury concerns most time, but I think their coach could outcoach your coach. You better beat Carolina. And then you got the Jaguars, who last year were everybody's darling, if I remember correctly. Oh, the Jaguars are going to take that next step. Playoff team, Jaguars. You might have 2 wins. You might have 2 wins at the bye week. And then you're at Washington and Arizona in the next 2 weeks on the road. Granted, Washington's got a rookie quarterback themselves. But if you're winning with your rookie quarterback at home, why can't Washington win with their rookie quarterback at home? And then you're at Kyler Murray in Arizona. You're going to split there. At best, you split. I don't think you win both of those. You better beat the Patriots home because you're not beating Green Bay. The Minnesota, I'll give you a split versus Minnesota. You're losing both to the Lions. The Lions ain't going to lose. They're playing for home field advantage. Then you got 2 versus Green Bay, 2 versus the Lions, 2 versus Minnesota, and San Fran at the back end of your thing. And home versus Seattle. And again, who knows? Maybe Seattle's fighting for a playoff spot. 0-2 versus Green Bay, 0-2 versus the Green Bay, the Lions. You lose to Frisco's 5 losses. You split with the Vikings. So now we're sitting at what? 1 2 3 4 5 6. You're 1-6. Seattle. You beat Seattle at home. 2-6. You're splitting on the road against Washington and Arizona. 3-7. You're 3-7, and then you got a 6-piece here. 2 of them on the road versus the Colts and Texans. 3-7. You're 3-9. You're not winning those games. 3-9. Carolina, 4 wins. You beat Jacksonville, who's a borderline playoff team. You beat the Rams, who playoff team. What am I missing here? Caleb Williams apparently better than Trey Lance was supposed to be. There's my Bears rant. I'll be on Fridays. I go on Bear Barroom with Tooch and Ant. Mikey A's in the house. Good afternoon. He loves it. Lock it in with the King is here. Jesse's in the house. Nice man tuning in on Sean Higgs channel. Thank you. Smashing the like button. Jesse. Jesse, me and Jesse no longer do shows with our guy Ross, but Jesse's got his YouTube, and he's where he's at. He's big time. I don't know if I can. I really don't rarely say other kind of site names, but we know Jesse. We support Jesse. B Hawk's in the house, and B Hawk was hawking up before the that Hawk Tua chick too. By the way, good to see B Hawk. Yankees run line, only way to bet it. Stroh's money line. There you go. Brewers. Hope all's well. I think you go 3-0. Listen, I got the Brewers here in the chat. I think the Stros as a dog. I get it. And Yankees, only way to really bet them is run line there with Cole. Davis, our Facebook friends coming in. South Korea women minus 140. South Korea. Mike G's in the house. What do you say? Reds and D-backs come back. We're wild. Baseball, as I think our guy Mr. Number says, he steals it from John Sterling the Old. Well, that's baseball, Susan. Baseball, and I love it, Mike, right? Because it's so long. It's fabulous. It's nonstop, 6 straight months. You get ups, downs, win, losses. You want to fire your coach. The next thing you know, you're going to the World Series. But you see these games. I mean, Arizona's down, comes all the way back. The Reds, 11-7. I mean, I want to throw St. Louis in there, and I had Milwaukee. They're up 4-2. It's 4-4. Milwaukee's up 6-4. It's 6-6. And then you're walking in runs to tie games and grand slams by nines. I don't know why people don't love baseball. I do not know why people do not love baseball. Michael B is in the house. Mr. Giant. Horrible night, every team that had a bullpen blow up I was on. I took the donut yesterday. I went 0-3 on the sites. Went 0-3. I went 0-3. I tell you when we go 3-0. Although I really don't go 3-0. I'm more of a 2-1 kind of guy. We grind away. But losing day yesterday. I'll be fine. 269 and 258 plus 2013 on this one site that I'm on. And then we'll go to the winning free pick page. What is happening here, boy? They're doing a bunch of stuff, adding people to the sites. Again, if you don't know this, I said this when I left the PMP YouTube channel because they weren't fans of the live shows. It doesn't help algos and stuff like that. So that could be taking place here. That's why I say go to the Sean Higgs page. You want to give it a follow. Whatever. We're still number 4. Number 4 in baseball. I'll take it. Davis says the Yankees minus 190. No, we're not laying 190. Davis, why would you even put this in here? You know what I'm going to say when you come in here and put a minus 190. It's going to be a run line, or how about like a team total perhaps would be a little better. That's where I would be. I'm not laying 190. How do you lay 190 with the Yanks? That's a team I only 190 with. Giovanni's in the house, my guy. Good to see you. Like I said, I think it's Oakland's last game in their stadium, so they're going to try to win. Is it? Where are they going after this? They're going to the minor league park this month for September? Hello, Governor. What do you say there, Gio? NBA Jam. Thank you, Gio. Gio. Mike G. I didn't know which one it was. Boom, shakalaka, NBA Jam. Your guy would jump like out of the stadium and come down and slam the ball. I love it. I love it. There's the winner free picks YouTube, the Facebook, Sean Higgs. Come follow Mike. Ryan Page is in the house. Wing day say for me with the Royals and Phillies. Logan, here we go. Here we go. Logan Webb fan. I just mentioned you, Ryan. I thought it was you. He's been hot listen. The last 4 starts, the guy's been great. And Mike B will tell you, as a Giant fan, he's got to be happy the way he's pitched and Snell's pitched. They've been fabulous. I wish they probably had this all season long and then be maybe looking at a playoff run. Royals got it done. Barely got that one done, though. What was that, 3-0 yesterday, the Royals? What's that Royal game? Where the heck? I'll just go on this one here to find it. I can't even. Hello, Royals. I mean, you had Cueto going. You had to love that. But he didn't pitch bad, Cueto. 3-0. 3-0. With Cueto. Like, Brewers double result. Good teams bounce back after bad games. Well, I'm hoping they do. A's double result, $2. Bito's been really good. A's versus lefty. Stroh's under versus. I can't do that. The way Baltimore's playing, I don't trust them any way I can throw them. And that guy, Mr. Numbers, like, oh, you're flip-flopping. And I'm like, listen, Mr. Numbers, let me take Gio off the thing. Oh, you're flip-flopping on the O's. In July, I think the O's are going to go out and get some starting pitching and a bullpen guy. In mid-August, you've lost now 5 starting pitchers, and your rotation is Burns and a bunch of nobodies. I don't think they could epically collapse and not make the playoffs. It is possible. I said, would you be betting on the Yankees if their rotation was Will Warren, Luke Weaver, Cole, and Cody Potet? No, that's not a playoff pitching staff, and neither is this Oriole pitching staff. It's bad. Fanatics 10% boost on the Padres team total over 3.5 minus 110. There you go. Listen, the other where is it for the Pods? A 5.5 is plus 235. I think they hit Sevy. Mike, you're a Bears fan, even though I'm from Long Valley. We are due to be good. We're due. Mike. Long Valley is nice out there. I like a little Long Valley. Go out there, Ort Farms. Mike, what do you know about Ort Farms out there? And where's the apple joint over there? I went over there for apples too. Nobody's good to be. You're due. Not due. That's like hoping in one hand, pooping in the other, Mike. We're due. I mean, I got a hurricane banner. How long I've been waiting? See my cowboy helmet? We're due. Yeah, we're due all right. Paris Football Club women minus 188 in a friendly. This is a friendly. You gotta love soccer. Caleb Williams is special. I don't know. I told him play like crap last year. Now he's gonna play against good teams all the time. I just again, I'm no talent evaluator. But I don't think talent evaluators are talent evaluators. I mean, let's look at the quarterbacks that have been drafted the last few years. Where do we want to start? And I say this all the time about the quarterbacks, Mike. They get drafted. They go to some garbage team they're picking in the top 5 for a reason. They got a new head coach. It's new coordinators. Now listen, the Bears kept the same head coach who's terrible. They did bring in some talent around them. We'll see how the O-line holds up. I'm a Yankee fan too. Oh, here we go. The Yankees. You like the Boone hiring? I was still waiting for Don Mattingly. They took Joe Girardi 15 years ago. Daniel Jones side. There you go, Daniel Jones. Take Minnesota week 1 there. Minnesota week 1. Yeah, Justin Fields. I mean, exactly. They were just excited to see Justin Fields. We'll see. That's all you can do is wait and see. Exactly. But, I mean, I look at the schedule, and again, the hype is all over him to get this team to 9. They have games against Green Bay and Detroit. I think Detroit could win the Super Bowl this year. And Green Bay, yeah, they might take a step back, but that's not is that some walkover team? Is that a walkover team for them? Oh, you're going to beat the Vikings twice? Maybe. Maybe. Is he C.J. Stroud or is he Justin Fields? Is he Zach Wilson? Is he Achilles Smith? Marcus Mariota? I know who he's going to be. Out of the Yankees' 74 wins, roughly 15 of them have been by less than 2 runs. Really? That's it? Line it up. I just, listen, the Yanks, the bats, and if it's only 15 games, that's great. But it comes down to who? Judge and Soto. That's their team. Not going to win a World Series with Judge and Soto. You need something else. Like I said, Michael B says, I was telling you about how Webb always gets screwed yesterday. It's what I was talking about. That's the sixth time he goes 7-8 innings, giving up 2 runs or less and not get a decision. Terrible. Where are the bats? Omaha Storm Chasers. Here we go. Number 1 fan, Omaha. Davis loves the Storm Chasers. But there you go. Run and a half. On this. Yes. Mikey Webb does get screwed with no run support at time, but he did have 4 wins in a row after the All-Star break. You had to be excited. I know Ray was going to be out, but Snell, Webb, you thought we can win some games here with this pitching staff. Putting a run together in the last week of August isn't going to help make the playoffs. Davis says Omaha Storm Chasers run line winner yesterday. Pirates 11 wins in a row as favorites following a loss. Not interested with Skeens. The guy's velocity has been down. He is at a spot, and I wrote it down. I don't have it right in front. I don't know which book it's in. I have a bunch of free pick books I got to do. He's at, 120-something innings this year? He threw 129 last year for LSU, so he's right on where he was. His velocity is down. They're in last place. I like the over today. He went from minus 5,000 rookie of the year to he's a plus 120 underdog now. Stroh's in a little 8-game road win streak. Yeah, they're pretty good. But I mean, they lost in any one in a row. They came home. They lost that opener to the White Sox, and they won 2. Again, though, Astros are playing good baseball. The Orioles, much like the Phillies, have not been playing good baseball for almost 2 months now, a month and a half plus. Here we go, Mr. Hill. How are you? So mad we talked about team switch around Soto and Judge, and boom, they account for all the Yankees run yesterday. Yes. I saw that on Twitter. Like we just talked about. How do you throw to these guys? You had 3 home runs. Why? Corbin is a 155 favorite. How bad are the Rockies at Cal Quantrill? Exactly. Take the Rockies. Yeah, right. I probably should have put them in the chat, but I gotta get back in the plus side here, man. I just don't. Again, next year maybe we just throw out a bunch of games and don't keep a record. I don't like when people do that. I think you should have a record of your games. You want to know how you do, and for people to say, oh, how's this guy any good or bad? Just to put a bunch of games out to put them out with no record, I don't think is the best thing to do. But if I was up, if we were August has been bad, we're down a nickel here in the chat. If it was plus money, or if I was down like $2 or something, I probably would have threw the Rockies in here just on principle. Sugarland minus 150. Here we go. We could do some Space Cowboys. Michael, I think it's a 4 or 5 team race in the NFL. Chiefs, Eagles, Jets, Niners, Ravens, maybe Lions. Maybe Lions? You got the Eagles and the Jets in there over, and then you say maybe Lions. Mike, the Lions are in it. I like the Lions better than the Niners. Let's look at the schedules here. The Niners got a tough schedule. Short weeks, bad scheduling spots. Lions should be favored to come out of the NFC. Mr. Hill. Anyway, Padres run line. Sure. Phillies game under. Yes, we're going to Braves. Yankees because Cleveland's dumb. Cleveland had a nice run early with their hitters. They're getting some hitting. Now, not so much. And if you're going to pitch, and teams do it for whatever reason, I pitch to Soto and Judge. I don't get it. Tacoma Rainers minus 150 from Davis. He loves the AAA. Thank you for AAA baseball from Davis because I'm not going to touch it. Wine Time is in the house. What do you say, Wine Time? Wine Time, are you pumped up like our Homer T Money about Steph coming to the Lakers? I love Steph and LeBron. Who else? What other geriatric can they pull in here to be a play-in game favorite? Who else? Who else could they get on their squad? Derrick Rose still playing? King D, 101 night. Hit WNBA links, 235 outright. Excellent. Lost free play under. Over in the series, 11-4-2. Was it close to the 167? Wine Time says, baseball's great. I love it. I love baseball. Because I don't mind having a rough month. Okay, I'm 16-30 for August, which sounds bad. But if you're betting, you're going to have a bad week or a bad little run. You're just not going to win. I know people portray that. I mean, maybe they do. I think that's fake. I think a lot of it's fake when they put their crap up there. Where's the records? I'll show you my records. Colts minus 6.5. Listen, if you got the Colts minus 6.5, I understand. I got a minus 3.5. I try not to wait to game time. If you're not betting these games on like a Monday, you should really. I know people don't like it, and I got the Bears at. I got the Bears at a bad number. I got Bears minus 140. Now they're minus 120. So I saw went up to as high as 3.5. Now it is down to a 1. I still like the Bears in that matchup. I put them on the Sean Higgs YouTube. They're posted there. My games that I have put on the sites. I don't really put them up on sites to sell preseason football because the lines do move. And we'll go through them. Do I have Jags, Falcons at all? Nothing on Jags, Falcons. Miami and Tampa we got here. I got a Miami bad number. Again, I got minus 1. So that flipped, and I think I have the over on this 34.5. So that's 37. So maybe I split here. Niners minus 3. It is minus 7.5. Rams, Texans, nothing. Bills, Panthers. Carolina minus 2. We were talking about that on the show yesterday. It's up to 4.5, 5s, 4.5 and 5s. Lions, Steelers. I got a 3.5 on the Steelers and a total of 36.5 under. That's 35, so a little better number there. Mini and the Eagles, I don't have. Chargers, Cowboys, I don't have anything on that one. Giants, Jetstone, Browns, Seattle. I do have this one. I have Cleveland minus 120, and now they're minus 125. Titans, Saints, I don't think I have anything in. Cards, Broncos? No. Patriots, Commies. That's it. Why do I have a Green Bay in it? I missed the Green Bay game? Packers? Oh, I did miss Packers. So Packers plus 1.5, and they're minus 3. Carolina, Miami over, Houston, Colts, Cleveland, Lions. That's it. They're all my footballs. See how we do. I'm like 500 in preseason, and I have good numbers. But, again, that doesn't mean they're going to win because you have a better number. Santiago's last game, Coliseum. They moved Sacramento last year. Thank you for the clarification. Brandon's in the house, my guy, with Nick Anderson. I am at Picks and Parlays. I'm on the site. I mean, you see what – I mean, if you got the Picks and Parlays website, they added like 50 new people on there. The YouTube, they didn't want live videos on there. So they said, hey, just put them on Winning Free Picks. And I've been doing Winning Free Picks, free pick videos for, like 4 years. So I do it over there. But, they might have a change in with football coming. So I won't be putting them on there. So I'm still on the Picks and Parlays channels, websites, Picks and Parlays, Winning Free Picks, and their affiliates. Michael A., do college games start this weekend? They're week 0. We do have a couple games this weekend. There are 4 games of college football. They technically don't count because it's week 0. You got Florida State and Georgia Tech, the big game over in Ireland. I've been telling you to take Georgia Tech plus 13.5. It is now 10.5. New Mexico is in the free pick here as a under 54.5. SMU in Nevada. This line here, it was opener, it's crazy. I think it's open at like 17 or something like that, 20-ish. It went all the way up to 28. Now it's back down to the 24 range. I don't know. You want to do a team total on the SMU maybe. And Delaware, Hawaii is up to 40. It went up 2 points because Delaware's flight was delayed. I mean, do you want to lay 40 with Hawaii? 57 points? I'd rather just take an under in that game. Delaware State. Stop just says the minus 190. The 190 guys are just trying to rile you up. Yeah, I mean, Bears minus 125. Yes, Davis. Gas Station Sushi. I love Gas Station Sushi. It's the best name ever. Nothing like today in baseball a lot. I took the A's 105 overnight. Love the show. Best sports capping. I appreciate it, Gas Station Sushi. Glad to see you back for the football season. Thanks for popping in and leaving a comment live. I'm with you. I kind of like the A's too. Jesse says, Davis, can you tell us what you think of the upcoming presidential election? Mikey A says, I think the Yanks Indian games can get over 7. I agree with you. I think Cole will give up some runs. And if they're going to pitch to these guys, the Yanks are good for 3 runs if Judge and Soto get a ball to swing at. That's just the way it is. Milwaukee minus 130. Yes. Houston as an underdog against the Orioles. Yes. Let go Jackson rookie years. Well, who's this? Which Jackson? Lamar Jackson? Janet Jackson? Miss Jackson if you're nasty? I think there's value Padres. Yeah. Listen, Cease has been firing along, and you got the Mets coming cross country. Sevy, listen. The dude is off a complete game shutout against the Marlins. All right? It's the Marlins. Season high in pitches. You know what? When he wasn't throwing against the Marlins, he was giving up 4 to Seattle, 5 to the Rockies, 6 to the Twins, 15 runs, 20 hits, and 13 innings versus a team other than the Marlins. That's like a JUCO travel team. Value over 8, Stros, Orioles. I agree. I like the over in that game. Michael B. Curry's not going to Lakers. Stop it. Laker fans are so delusional. How about the Lakers learn how to draft? They want to dream about other teams' players. Well, I don't know. Like, apparently he took all the Warrior stuff out of his bio on Instagram or some nonsense. I don't follow him on Instagram. How wouldn't I know? It was posted on the Twitter world. 3-team parlay from David today. Rockies card Tampa. Yes, the Rockies. Corbin laying 155. Holy cow. Baseball betting gets you through post-March Madness and NBA hockey playoffs until football season. Is that all it does? I mean, if you really want to stay away from baseball, you can go until almost July, right? Because you have the playoffs in the NBA and hockey all the way through June. So you really got a month. And honestly, are you really going to jump in baseball? Well, you should be, at that point, you should be like kicking back, relaxing, resting your head, getting into football, preparing for your football season. If you're not betting baseball. No reason to jump into July just to bet baseball because it's July and there's nothing to bet on. Do some work for the upcoming football seasons. Kitty says, it'll soar over Higgs. I was trying to be sharp. I got punched. Yeah. Hey, listen, you mentioned the trend run on that over, but I get sometimes you think you could buck it a little bit. I understand. Michael Amata says, it gets more tricky than the first months of baseball if teams settle in. I do tend to agree with that. Like early on, I'm like my dogs, I'm set my ways, and it can go either way, Michael. It has in the past. Like sometimes I'll be excellent in April, like a ridiculous April, but then all of a sudden May, reality hits and it's terrible, and then I'm battling the rest of the year. This year I've gotten to August before I hit kind of a rough patch, and it's August 22nd. So I'll take a little losing August unless I really. I mean, I'm only down a couple units for it. It's not like I'm 5-50 for the month. I'm 16-30, down a little bit because we are taking plus money and even money stuff. I mean, I'm losing with plus 100 and minus 102. I'm not really getting crushed there. I'll fight my way through the end of the month, and then September comes. I'll be up to my neck in football. I'll see if I can find some baseball, but I'm not going to run out. We're not betting 190s and stuff like that. And the weather's changing now. It'll get a little cool. Like I look back to some unders now in baseball. But baseball to me early is a lot of dogs. Everybody's got a shot, and we see the Pirates. Look at the Pirates, red hot. Oh, this is the Pirates' year, folks, right? The Pirates are red hot to start the season. You have teams start out good. You can ride streaks. And I'm still a streak guy. Get 3-4 wins or losses. I'm looking to get on you unless you got crazy numbers, as a favorite. And now, end of August, it's I got a couple games today. We'll see how I do today. I'd love to do a 3-0. I'll take a 2-1 day and move on. Here another 3-teamer from our guy David. Angels, Phillies, and the Padres minus the 1.5. Well, the 7 numbers I just ran down. Schellenbach's actually been pretty good. Sanchez is another guy here you got to worry about. I talked about Skeens in his innings pitch. Sanchez started out really good. He had a 2.41 ERA end of May, David. And then you know what? The heat gets turned up. It gets a little hotter. He's got a 3.46. So his earned run average has gone up a full run in the last 2 months. Last year, 99 innings. This year, 140. If you take out the 47 for the last 2 months, it puts you right around his 99 inning mark last year, and that's where he started getting hit a little bit this year. Right around he got to 90 innings, 95 innings, and things started to go astray. So those are the things you got to kind of look at with these young pitchers or guys who haven't had a not a stretch run, but a block of games. Glasnow. Let's shut down Glasnow. They get Glasnow for the Dodgers. They shut him down because he's never pitched as many innings before in his life. And they still have basically all of August at the time when they shut him down, all of September in the playoffs to still go. And he's at a career high in innings. You know, guys get tired. You see it. You see it. Stop here says Bengals might sign week 1. I don't know. I move, but I think they smashed the Patriots. Listen, I'm not doing a 9. Teaser. It'll be on Teaser Tuesday. Take the 9, bring it down. I can't tell you to lay 9. I know teasers. People don't want the teasers. You're 100 to lose 120s and stuff. I get it, but I'm not telling you to lay 9. Wilson is in the house. Good to see you, Wilson. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. Patrick Corbin, Rockies in the over. Yes, Rockies. I don't get to take the Rockies. Timothy, my guy, coming in, give us the hands up. Good to see Timothy in the house. Jer says, I take the Higgs strategy on MLB The Show. Judge or Soda comes up, I'm walking them. Seriously, just walk them. Chances are there is a 70% chance there's already one out when Soto comes up, right? Maybe 80%. Could very well be 100%, depending who the leadoff guys for the Yanks. Soto's going to look for a walk anyway, so pitch around him. Maybe he swings at something bad. Chances are he doesn't. And if he does, maybe it's just a little grounder or something. And then Judge is up. Just walk Judge. And then who you got? A 50% Stanton? Verdugo? Austin what? Ben Rice? Come on. Ugh. Michael A. He's got the Rockies Natties over today. Yes. Yanks over. Yes. Brew Crew over 3.5. I like it. Angels Jays over. Why not? A couple last place teams get it done. And the Stros over. I don't hate it. You know, the Orioles aren't a fluster right now. Mike F. I love it. We got Mikey B, Mikey A, Mikey F. The entire Mike and Michael crew is in the house on a Thursday, and I appreciate each and every one of the Michaels and everyone else coming in, spending some time with me. Guardians say nice. I don't mind taking the Guardians against Cole. Like, he's not back in form yet. You're going to give a big number? Take the dog. Dog in the over. Go 1-1. Worst case, 2-0. You're a monster. Toronto minus 130. Here we go. You want to take some J action here? You really like Toronto here again? I get it. Who's their pitcher? Ryan Burr. Is this Bill Burr's brother? Who's this guy? He's a starter. 19 games this year, all out of the bullpen. All out of the bullpen. 5.40 ERA, 18 innings. Not looking to get down on Mr. Burr, laying a 130. Maybe a little safer with just an overplay there. I mean, starters to be announced. Do we have anything? Has anybody seen anything with the Angels throwing the pitcher out there? How bad are they? Is Reed Detmers? What happened to Reed Detmers? Where is my guy Reed Detmers? They can't even pull this guy up? Where are the stats here for the Jays? Who's this guy, Mr. Burr? Here we go. Ryan Burr. 18 innings, 15 hits, 12 runs, 8 walks, 23 Ks. Man, you want to lay? I see a 150 at FanDuel. They're a 150. Interesting. Who's on the hill? Is it going to be Canning today? This isn't even like NFL where they could be trying to get like, hey, let's get a top 3 pick. Like, what are they doing? Andrew Jackson, the president? Ricketts. Here's a guy I haven't seen since college hoops ended. Good to see you, Ricketts. I'm good. Michael B's running back to work. Good to see him. Padres first 5. Why mess with the bullpen? Agreed. I like him to score some runs for a Sevy. Michael A says, Burrow's such a wild card for me. When he's actually healthy, he can be great, but the guy gets hurt. Like, if he gets hurt again this year, can we say that the guy's injury prone? I know people don't like saying stuff like that. Like, oh, what do you mean? The guy went to a Super Bowl. He beat the Chiefs. I get it. This isn't not saying he's not a good quarterback, but can we start worrying about a health of a player? Why can't we talk about the guys? Here we go. 10 games rookie year, 16, 16, 10. What if he gets hurt this year? That's 5 years. 2 complete seasons. I think it's a little worrisome. And if you know the guy might get hurt, why do we have Jake Browning back on? Why isn't Gardner Minshew back in this gap? Why isn't it Trubisky? Why don't you have a guy who's a starter in the NFL? Again, Teddy Bridgewater, like Jacoby Brissett or something. Like you could find the Winstons in Cleveland with 5 other starting quarterbacks on the roster. You can't find a legit NFL backup quarterback for this guy gets hurt. Where's John Kigner when you need him? I don't know if he could be bad. I mean, I don't think he could be really bad. I think if he's hurt, they got a problem. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. The mics are taking over the chats today. Yes, mics. The mics everywhere. Everybody should change their name to Mike. Davis says, football Toronto. That is football minus 130. The Argos. Timmy says, Rays Nerfy today. Total under 10 minus 1. Yes. And I'm Nerfies for all games. You know that. Pounded's in the house. Pretty sure Denver traded 2 months ago, but still in the minors. Did he get traded? He didn't get traded. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me. No. Here we go. Angels Reed Detmer gets a huge boost along big league comeback trail. He was named PCL's pitcher of the week after his gem on Friday. Gave up 1 run, 3 hits, 11 innings. Angels manager Ron Washington was asked to give his opinion regarding Detmer's recent start performance. It was outstanding. He's a big leader. Yeah, of course he's a big leaguer. We know that. Angels coach says he believes Detmers is on his way back to the Angels after solid back-to-back starts. He was demoted to Salt Lake City early June. As of noon, Detmers had not been recalled, which means he'll most likely not be able to accrue enough major league service time to reach 3 years. There you go. There you go, cheapos. You could have traded Randon and Ohtani last year for nothing. Like, hey, just take Randon with Ohtani. We don't care because now we free up $40 million. You hung on to Anthony, injury man, Randon, and now you can't bring this guy up because you're going to have to pay him with service time. Unbelievable. He can become arbitration eligible 25 if he occurs 20 days of service time. Wow. Those cheap SOBs. Michael, who are your bottom feeders in the NFL? Raiders, Panthers, Patriots going to be brutal. Steelers are going to have a tough time too. Browns with Watson are in trouble. And the Browns could have another quarterback. I mean, the Browns won games with Joe Flacco, DTR. I mean, they'll win with a backup quarterback and a backup running back. They won last year. Scratch the Browns off that list. Patriots are going to be bad. Panthers are bad. I mean, they can't be as worse as they were. They can't be any worse. Raiders, I think, are going to be a bad team. And then who would be the other kind of bad? I don't think the Steelers. Russell, I still think has, as long as that injury, if it really hampers them, they're in trouble. Boy, I want to say the Bears are going to be one of the 4 worst teams, but I mean, they were predicted for 8.5 wins. Denver, maybe. Pirates first 5 run line, hammer time. Hammer time, huh? Ricketts. Pitt, first 5, hammer time. It's hammer time with Skeens. Moneyline Markel, he's a premium dude. Welcome in. Good to see you. Bought a second business, has been total time stuck the last 5 months. Listen, you run your own business. I get it. It's a lot of work. Good for you, though. Miz is in the house. Mets Rock Cease earlier this year. That's fine. That was earlier this year because as of now, Dylan Cease is absolutely dealing. 5-1 last 7, .81 whip, 197 batting average against at home. Cease, baby, getting it done versus the Mets. Traveling cross country. Padres been home. Give me that over team total. Ajax minus 120. You had Ajax the other day here in soccer, and I had to bring up Ajax, not just a cleaning agent, but Ajax from the Warriors. Moneyline Raquel says, check it in. I don't know if I'm being baseball today. It's all right to take a day off, Moneyline Raquel. I've said this before. I know people come in, they don't want to hear that. They want to just be degenerates and get on their phones and bet like fools. You don't have to. You don't have to. Pat, this poor guy needs to get traded. The Angels have ruined him. He's got talent. We've seen it. Miss says Houston, Baltimore over the 8. Yes, O's no pitching. They again with the Phillies going back to mid-June, early June. They're under 500. Michael A. Angels are one of the worst organizations in baseball. Agreed. Davis says Carolina Panthers favorite 0-1 this preseason. Yeah, they're favorite today. I like the Panthers in week 1 against the Saints, Davis. 5.5, although I think it did come down. Let's look at a week 1 Saints-Panthers game. They'll probably go up. It's 4.5 now. This was at 5.5. It's now a 4.5. Now 4.5. What do I have on this one for the season? Yeah, it's a 5.5 starter. Yeah, slow on the driveway. Anybody get that? Anybody get that one? Slow. Go slow in the driveway. Pound it. Let's get the pen out. Cards blowout coming in. Cards. Really? You're going against my Brewers? And pound it. Pen out. St. Louis 12-2. Oh, my goodness. This guy. Well, one of us is going to break our losing streak here. What do you think about the Georgia Tech game? Moneyline Markel, is this a joke? Someone in the chat who's been here since July, please tell Moneyline Markel what I think about the Georgia Tech game. Please. Michael B is gone. Is Pounded still here? Georgia Tech. Has anybody heard me talk about the Georgia Tech game? Lane, what do you say? Good day when I can walk in on a Warriors movie reference. I'm special like buffer. Yes, right? No, the Warriors. Come out and play. Michael says, guess the Angels are stuck with Trout. Water career. I'm sure Ohtani is super happy he got out of there. Yeah, Trout. He's terrible. Judge had a better first half up to August than Trout has ever had in a career year. Michael says, about a dozen half times at Georgia Tech. Thank you, Michael. Yes. I think I've been talking. I mean, Monday Night Mikel, I told you to take Georgia Tech plus 13.5 a month ago. Longer than a month ago because it's been a month is July. So I told you that early July when I was talking football. Higgs has been telling you to take Georgia Tech plus 13.5. I mean, Moneyline Markel, put down the weed, fella. What are we doing over there? Stop with the I'm gonna do. You fell into the T money. I'm gonna do minus 3.5s and crazy run lines for plus 480s, and you missed. You couldn't see the forest from the trees. I gave you a 13.5. It's 10.5 today. At least a month ago, probably June with Georgia Tech. Thank you, Michael. Oh man, I knew it was Tech. You said Georgia Tech since May. I mean, really. Oh, and, I'm glad that you guys are here to say that because someone who's going to come in and be like, oh, all right, 10 and 10. These lines move. How about Oklahoma was 37? It's 43. Now, I was going to tell you to lay 37 with Oklahoma. I'm not taking Oklahoma. North Texas, total, 59.5. It's 65.5 now. Lines move. And I get it. People don't have huge bricks of money to put down in June for an August game. I get things happen. Oh, you got to worry about somebody gets hurt. How do you bet first week of the NFL? How do you do a college football game so far out? you just do it. You've bet enough, you win enough, you have a little bankroll. That's what the bankroll's about. Georgia Tech, when the lines came out in February, Spike A. I mean, seriously, right? Nevada stings as a football team. They got problems. That being said, SMU line opened at 20, went to 28, now it's at 24, Davis. I think SMU maybe a first half might be a play here. First half play. I can't tell you to like 24 and a half because the best number's gone for SMU, and the number on Nevada, you could have a 28, now it's on 24. Again, people like parlays and teasers. I'm not saying money line these things up, but if you want to just do again, I hate saying to take a teaser and be like, oh, you said the teaser, you're a loser. I mean, I'm just trying to appeal to the masses here. The same game parlay crowd. How many wins does Prime get this season? Under. They could lose their first game to North Dakota State. North Dakota State, and they are, I think, ranked number 2 or 4. No, I think they're number 2 because Montana State, who's a 10-point favorite over New Mexico, is ranked number 4. They are number 2 in the subdivision level. All right. So this is a team with, I'm going to say, comparable talent because Prime brought his Louis luggage from his small school. And last time I checked, Colorado wasn't rolling in a top 10 recruiting class. And even if they are, the coaching is terrible. And guys are in and out of this joint. Where are the wins? I don't see them. I said under 5.5. It was plus 145. Maybe they should probably beat Baylor. They could beat Cincinnati. And I think they have, at Colorado State, is that a win? I saw them almost losing overtime at home to Colorado State. They're going to go there and win? Like every team wants to beat these guys to a pulp. No way 6 wins. No. Under. SMU over 40.5. That's their team total, 40.5. Pan says, I'm waiting until Saturday to take Georgia Tech. Well, I mean, at this rate, you might know at a 10, if it gets under 10, you might think, you know what, I'll take Florida State here. You think of talent-wise, they are better. It gets to that again. I hate saying stuff like do teasers and stuff, but if the number is gone, you kind of move on. And if you want to be involved in it, I'm not going to tease up Georgia Tech now at a 10. I'd rather put that down to a close to a pick 'em or 2, whatever it's going to be by game time for Florida State. Montana State minus 13.5 now. If you're betting Montana State minus 13.5, we're going to roll out this little song for you.
Stop it. Get some help.
Because this line opened at 4.5. You could have this 4.5 a month ago. Actually, no. By a month ago, it was already up to a 7. If you're laying 13.5, I'll give you my Venmo or Cash App or Zelle or something. Just send me your money, please. You're going to do a 13.5. Vincent, what do you think about the Big Ten under? Big Ten under. Wait, hold on a second. What do you think about Big Ten under? Under what? I need clarification. Who? What team under? People say Shedeur is a first-round quarterback. First round. They think this guy's like the number 1 draft pick. Who is drafting him to have the headache of his dad come into town? Rookie bettors will move line Florida State. Maybe. New Mexico team total over for me, says Jesse. I kind of like the under. I like the under there. Bronco Mendenhall back out west. First of all, it's just a great name, Bronco Mendenhall. At 11.5 was the highest FCS team has ever been favored versus an FBS team. Yes. And by the way, they are 9-2, I think. If the FCS teams are favored, 4-1 when they've been favored over. No, that's wrong. FCS favorites of 3.5 or more are 9-3 ATS, Jesse. 3.5 or more, they're 9-3 ATS. Now they're a You got 11. This guy's got a 13. Florida State first half, 6.5, says Bill McDonald. I don't hate that now because I think the line's out of whack. Where he says, I would never bet minus 110 odds a month in advance. If you got to wait, it's $200 or better. Just wait till the week to bet it. Maybe. But would you rather have a -4 or a -13? -4 and a -13, you could come in with a pretty good sized middle if you put a nickel down on a game. Even $3, no matter what your bet is. You got 8 points to play with. Get some help with 13.5. You could have gotten 4.5 with Georgia Tech line in February. Well, yeah. Well, listen, 13.5 for what's it? The Montana State, 13.5 now was 4.5. July 4th. You want a real Hawaii's team total of 48.5 on DK. I'm not betting it, but I just want to throw it out there. And Hawaii, I think, is playing in a high school stadium because their Aloha is under construction. Oh, usually Big Ten games go under. I didn't know what you were saying, like unders. I was like, I didn't understand. I don't know what to expect. I mean, you have a bunch of Pac-12 teams that play no defense and throw the ball. They're not Wisconsin. We're going to run the ball down your throat with Ron Dane, or it's a different league now. I don't know what to expect. Desmond, big win for me and CB Lee's last night. Guardians and the Yanks. We both went with the under 8.5 last night, plus $100. Take it. Winner. Jay says, last time Montana played at FBS school, they lost 68-28 versus Oregon State. But that is not New Mexico. What is my best football pick? Junie, for today's football game tonight, what are you looking at? I mean, if we're looking at today's game, the lines have moved. I mean, I still like the Bears tonight, but I'm not going to tell you to take the Colts -6.5 when I got 3.5. Maurice, the line is telling me they think Corbin is going to deal today. I can't believe he's a favorite. On principle, you kind of just got to take the Rockies. But on the flip side of this, you see this line, and you're like, wait a second here. How is Corbin a fave like this? So maybe you do a run line. Do you want to run line it instead for a better payday? I don't even know what it is. Run line at plus 145. If you really want to get crazy, it would be for me to do a Corbin run line, unless you're taking the Rockies. I'm tempted to take Georgia Tech plus 350. Maurice is turning in. Look, plus 350. You're turning, baby. I like to see this kind of stuff, right? Because when people come in here, you're like, oh, let's take so-and-so money line minus 280. I love seeing this. Maurice Luis, my guy. I don't remember how you bet when you first came in here. I hope listening to me a little bit has changed your thinking. Now you're kind of grabbing the dogs like this and, you know what? I'm not going to tie my money up for a month for a -110 or something. I like the thought process here from you. I can't even keep up with college football teams changing conferences. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Desmond likes Georgia Tech. What do you think about Ole Miss this year? I think they're a trendy pick, Ole Miss, and I'll be on the trendy pick with them, thinking they can win some games. Again, it comes down to the spreads, though. I don't have a win total. I got no college win totals. I will be doing that. That's a lie. I got the Colorado under 5.5 plus 145. Colorado under. Cal Quantrill's been bad. Yeah, I was like, you threw me for a loop with the catch. I'm like, what the heck? Cal Quantrill. Stat Poe was a decent reliever. All right, it's 1 o'clock. I got to roll. I'm going to go do a show with Doug Upstone. Brew Crew -120. Pirates over 7.5. Padres team total over 4.5 plus 135. football for Saturday. We look at New Mexico under 54.5. I didn't put in NFL here because if you go to Sean Higgs YouTube, there's a whole list of NFL that I put out the other day in the community section. You can check out. Pound, it says Corbin is favored behind the Natties because they're at home, and the Rockies number one strikeout team versus lefties versus hitting team versus lefties in baseball. 145 might be worth a flyer then. Desmond, have a good afternoon and evening. Pound, it says James Woods, top three. How does this? We like Woods. And who's the other kid? Dylan Cruz, right? Cruz is his name? The other outfielder? They got some young guys. You know, it's a decent team. We got to see how they do. I should say decent. Abrams, they got some young talent. The talent is there. It's going to take some time. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll come in with a look at lines tonight.